I'm so excited. Today we're going to be cooking my absolute favorite chocolate macadamia nut brownies. So if you have a copy of my ebook, you will know the exact ones I'm talking about. So it's really simple. We're going to use one bowl, which is amazing, so less dishes, and it literally only takes 12 minutes in the oven. So first of all, we're going to set our oven to 160 degrees Celsius, and we're going to line a slice tin. I prefer to use a square pan just to get it all nice and even. What we're going to do, I've already pre-cut a piece of baking paper. Just need to do it rough, it doesn't need to be clean. We're just going to pop it in like that, and the weight of the mixture will then pop it down later, so that's completely fine. So we're just going to set that aside and get into the baking. What we're going to do, we're going to start off with our almond butter. So we're just going to pop half a cup of ground almonds in our bowl. It's nice and sticky, so we'll pop that in there. We are then going to pop 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and I love to use coconut oil in my dishes because it's a great substitute for butter, so it gives it that nice rich and creamy texture, but the healthier option. So we'll pop the coconut oil in there. We are then going to use 1/3 of a cup of cacao powder. So we'll pop that in there, and cacao powder is amazing. It's full of antioxidants and magnesium, which I absolutely love. So we'll pop that in there. We're also going to put 1/3 of a cup of pure maple syrup, which is a great natural alternative to sugar. Pop that one in there. 2 free-range eggs. Crack that open. Let's hope we don't get any shell. Win. There we go, 2 in there. We're also going to put a little bit of stevia. It's just also a great alternative. So I've got my little spoon here. I'm just going to put 2 teaspoons just to give it that little bit extra sweetness, so it's not too bitter, because we are working with natural foods here. Okay, and then we're going to put 3/4 of a cup of almond meal, and almond meal is my favorite substitute for your flours, so great alternative for gluten-free people. 2, 3, still in the one bowl, which is amazing. We're going to put a little bit of vanilla powder, or if you have a vanilla bean pod, just use the scrapings out of that, which is really good, but they tend to be a little bit expensive, so just use the liquid version. So we'll pop that in there. We're also going to use 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder because we really want them to rise. Pop that. Okay, and now the best part, the macadamia nuts. So I've already pre-chopped 1/2 cup of macadamia nuts, and we're just going to roughly chop them. Doesn't need to be neat. Pop it all in there and mix it around. So as you can see, all my ingredients are in there at the moment. I'm going to try to do this without spilling, but knowing my luck, it's going to go absolutely everywhere. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, you don't even need an electric mixer for this at all. If you have a fork, wooden spoon, anything, or if you're like me, you'll probably eat half the mixture before it even goes in the oven. And then we're going to pop that into the tin. So grab your tin. We're just going to pop that down. There we go, look at that. Oh, it smells so good. Spread it to the sides, nice and even. I can see those nuts, it looks so delicious. In we go. Doesn't have to be neat, just smooth it off, and it will all even out in the oven, so it's really nice and easy. And there we go. So that is the basis of our chocolate macadamia nut brownies, and it only takes 12 minutes in the oven. So I'm going to go put it in the oven and then we'll check on it soon. Okay, so now that they've been cooking for 12 minutes, we're going to go get them out of the oven. Oh, they smell so good. Just be careful. The temperature. We'll pop it down. As you can see, it's nice and brown. It's risen just as we want it. So you can either let it sit for 10 minutes or so if you're a bit worried about the heat, or just pull it, lightly lift it up by the paper there, and it should be able to, there we go. So just gonna move that one out of the way so we don't knock it. Perfect. And now we have our chocolate macadamia nut brownie. Look at that. Oh, so good. Okay, who's ready to eat? Let's just cut this one up. I like to make them fairly small just because it lasts longer, because I'm an absolute pig. If I do it too big, it'll all go at once. As you can see, the macadamia's in there. And I think that is going to be my afternoon tea.